Hello everyone and welcome back to Murph's Models. Today we're going to do some characters from Tim Burton's Corpse Bride. I really love looking through the artwork, particularly the designs of the character designer Carlos Granger. And I found this lovely lady, and I found this rather attractive gentleman. Well, maybe not. Anyway, that gave me the idea of why not make some wall plaques, rather like these lovely Dickensian characters from the Boson range. Make some wall plaques of the land of the dead inhabitants from Corpse Bride. And so now I think it's time to do this lovely lady. I'm going to use Sculpey oven-baked clay. The first thing to do is cut out a block of wood, drill 2 holes in it, and then use some coat hanger wire bent into shape so that you can put some foil on the top. And then pop it in like that. And now with this foil, we can bulk out the shape of the head. And maybe even a second layer of foil, just to bulk it out even more. Now, with this ball on a stick, I'm pushing through the eye sockets and using a knife to flatten the surface when it's done. I've got a whole load of Sculpey here, and under here I have a fabulous pasta machine which rolls out pasta in lovely thin strips, but it's also perfect for Sculpey. So all you need to do is get one of these lovely pasta machines, attach it to your desk, start pushing it down into the rollers, and you should get some lovely thin Sculpey that you can then lay onto the head shape so that we get a nice fine layer over the top. Okay, so now it's time to do a bit of sculpting. Push those eye sockets in to give them the right emphasis and use all the tools you can find on your bench to make the shapes and turn this ball of Sculpey into a lovely lady. I've got some layers of Sculpey here, and with this plastic bottle cap I'm going to cut out a circle that will become the neck for this lovely lady. So push it on the wire, then with a snake of Sculpey blend that into the neck. It's time for some wrinkles around the base of the neck. I like to use a brush to just get a little bit of a texture going on the skin there. Oh yes, don't forget the ears. This lady needs some ears, and she's even got some little earrings sticking out the end there. Yes, and other features. Now, let's put a nice little line into the center of that tongue. There we go. Next up, I'm going to put the first layer of hair onto the girl's lovely head. So here we go, a central part. Cut that out with the scalpel. Then cut some darts into the back with some lovely V's. And then smooth it out. So now I'm going to build a ruff for the collar of this gorgeous woman. I have some crochet lace here. I've got 1.5 meters at 2 centimeters wide. Look at that. It's lovely jubbly. I'm going to do about 1 meter of it. Cut that off there. Then what I'm going to do is use PVA glue on this edge, and I'm going to fold fabric over onto itself and let it dry. The best way to do that is roll it back on itself. Once it's dry, get out your needle, some white thread, and start sewing, folding the lace about every ½ an inch along. Once you've sewn along one side, sew along the other side as well. And there you go, a lovely frilly collar. I've got some lovely wooden beads here, and I'm going to give them a nice slap of white paint. You know what? I should actually slap myself, because what I should have done was fill in the pupil with this black paint that I'm doing now before I painted the white. Then I wouldn't have had to go to the trouble of wiping off the black and repainting the white of the eyes. Now it's time to put these eyes into the head. A little bit of glue. Okay. There, and here we go. Pop them in. Boom, boom. And then just adjust that pupil so that they're both looking in the right direction. So now I'm going to create the luscious eyelashes around this lovely lady's eyes. The first thing I need to do is cut out some lovely short sections of this 1mm thick wire. So I figure it's about 1/2 inch per lash. So here we go. Give them a good snip with the pliers. Pull them off as quick as you can. And then with those pliers, give them a nice eyelid curl. Just like that. I figured it's about 7 per eye. With some Sculpey, I'm just going to sculpt a little cone that will create a lovely eyelid. There we go. Poke it into place and do the second one as well with a cone of Sculpey. Now all I need to do is poke these eyelashes into her eyelid. It sounds a bit painful. It probably is for her, but I'm sure she'll look very glamorous by the end. There we go, all 14 eyelashes in place. Now I'm going to create this hair bun at the back of this lovely lady's hair. So I'm going to use Daz inside the hair bun and then cover it over with Sculpey. I think that's a pretty good size, actually. Because this big clump of Daz is going to take so long to dry, I'm going to cut it into 4 sections, so it dries quicker. And then these 2 bits, and maybe do a cross here. And now what we'll do is wait for these to dry, and then I'll glue them all together. Ta-da! Shrunken and glued together, and now next thing to do is to get some of this Sculpey and turn this in like that to create the bun of gorgeousness. And then let's get some PVA, glue that onto the back of the head, leave to dry, and then it's time to create a bridge with some Sculpey. And then cut that flat with the Sculpol so that it sits nice and flat to the wall. And after that, it's time for a lovely black coat of paint. These 2 guys have both got different hooks to attach to the wall. And on the back of this lovely lady, I first have to find a balancing point so that when she's hooked onto the wall, she will sit nice and straight. I'm going to use this nail to try and find where the center of her weight is. Actually, that seems to be pretty much it. Thank you, Mr. Nail. You've been of great help. With this bit of wire here, snip it off and bend it into shape. Bring in this awl, push a hole through there like that. And then with the pliers, push that hook in. I'm going to put some more of the Sculpey inside here just to make sure it's nice and solidly in place. And there you go. So now it's time to paint. First up, it's a nice wash of water just to wet down the surface before I go in with some raw umber. Here we go. Just a light wash over everything just to highlight the wrinkles and the crinkles that this lovely lady has. Now we bring out the watercolors just to give some of those fleshy tones another color. Bags under the eyes, needs a bit of purple. Very nice. And the eyebrows, some blue, because we're going to go darker under the eyes there. Then the tongue needs a bit of red, a nice dark crimson red. And oh yes, those nasty things need a bit of a highlight as well. And a bit of dark blue. Oh, let's not forget those lovely earrings. Now it's time to make the necklace for this lovely lady. So again, more of this thin wire, and I've already marked out the 3 loops of the necklace. So it's a matter of bending the wire into shape and then just bend either end just so that it can be glued onto the lady. There we go, 1, 2, 3. And if we get another piece of wire of the same thickness and then roll out a snake or Sculpey, roll that onto the wire and then start cutting little 2mm segments to form the beads to make up the necklace. Okay, and now it's time to bake. Here is the dried Sculpey on the wire. So all I need to do now is pull this off like that, and because I've made those breaks, they all should pull off and separate just like that. These bits should thread on quite easily. There we go. So push this all the way around like that. Just tape that up at the top edge. We now have all of the necklaces. So that one will sit at the back, this one will sit in front, and then this one will sit in here. And a couple of dabs of glue should hold it all together nicely. Put some hair into this girl to get her looking a little bit more ragged. And I have found this black raffia-like string. So I'm going to glue that into here to give her some spikiness in her hairdo. So I'll snip that off like that. I'm going to spread this out a bit, and then I'm going to tape that edge like that. I don't really know if this method is going to work, but I am going to use some hang tough super glue to glue this plastic hair down into the bob. Hold that down for 30 seconds and then see what happens. That seems to have worked rather well. So I'm going to keep covering this lovely lady with strands of black. That should do it, well and truly. I think that kind of works. And now all her hair needs is a nice thick coat of black acrylic paint. I'm going to cut this Sculpey in half and use half on this side, squash down like that, and half on the other side. I'm hoping just a few twists of these pliers will get this wire off. Excellent. And now just score the underside so that the glue on these plates sticks nicely. Glue in here and some glue on there. Hold it firm with some super glue. Oh, God damn it. This is really crazy. Okay, so now we'll steady the ship so that it'll dry in the right position. And now that it's dry, dab some glue. Let's lay this in like that. There we go. There she goes. All done. Ready for action. Ready to hang. Thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, why not click subscribe and indeed give us a like.